Ah, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
Assalamualaikum.
Welcome back to another edition of Nothing But the Truth with
Brother Jamil.
and Sister Tisha. And we are glad to have you with us tonight. We've got a wonderful, wonderful guest in store. Not really a guest, because it's hard to be a guest here with all this family love and gathering that you show here when you come to watch and participate in Nothing But the Truth. And so we welcome you, as the message says, welcome, 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 one and all. Tonight's program, like all the others, is going to be designed around the idea and the ethic that you and I would meet one another, join on to each other in understanding and support, and back each other in all the good things in life that seem to be going out of style as this world careens out of control. So tonight, we have great, great things in store. Sit tight where you are. We got more information coming up in just a moment from the world's most beautiful co-host. You know, I got to show you the trophy because she won the trophy. But let's welcome this time Sister Tisha. She's coming forward.
Assalamualaikum, family. Welcome to another exciting episode of Nothing But the Truth with Brother Jamil and Sister Tisha. We are so excited that you took the time to join us. Just a little bit of housekeeping. Don't forget, we need you to help us build our platform. Simple, simple, simple. All you have to do is go over to our YouTube page, like, share, and subscribe. We fix the URL. Watch. All you have to do is do the @ at Jamil and Tisha, and it'll take you right to the page. Nothing But the Truth with Brother Jamil and Sister Tisha, right? And then after you do that, just go over to our Facebook page and do the same. You can go to my page, Tisha Muhammad, and like, share, and subscribe, and then go to Jamil's page and do the same. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, family. All right.
Thank you for the housekeeping. It's always good to see that we are making strides. We recently passed, as we've just recently started this activity. Oh, hey, but we just recently started this activity and we're moving forward. We've already got 1,000 subscribers and we are glad about it. From Pine Bluff, Arkansas, we say our brother Arthur Muhammad is in the room. He's in, just completed a 7-mile bike ride and got off the bike and came in. Dave C is with us tonight from Atlanta, Georgia. He said, it's so good to be back home and Nothing But the Truth. Good to have you, my dear brother. Dave C is back in effect. And you know, out of the mouth of Dave come great things, right? So have great, great opportunity tonight to be together with one of the nation's greats. I think I better bring him up, Tisha. What do you think? You think we should bring him?
Yes.
Let's bring him up. He is, by way of introduction, and first let me just say he's my friend and my brother. Yes. And he is, if you love righteousness and progress for the Black man, he's your friend and your brother, even if tonight is the first time you ever met him. He's our brother who is an entrepreneur, known as the owner of his own tonsorial establishment. He's also a haberdasher. He handles men's ties and accessories. He also deals in real estate. He's a gardener, a community activist. He's in the community in Cincinnati, Ohio, and he's known throughout the nation. He's not only that, but he's also a music producer and a rapper and a performer. There's a lot of stories with our brother, and we want to bring him forward. Why don't we bring forward our brother, a friend of Nothing But the Truth of a long period of time? Sister Tisha calls him Barbershop LaRon, but here he is, our brother, LaRon Muhammad. There he is, brother LaRon. Good to see you.
Welcome.
Alhamdulillah. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir, my dear brother. Yes. We're so glad to have you. Let me turn you over to Sister Tisha. She likes to start the lively round of questioning, and we don't have but an hour, so we're going to move through chat. Get ready with your questions. Here we go.
Right. Family, we are so excited to bring Brother LaRon to you. This is somebody who embodies his Islam. He embodies what it means to be living your Islam while still building your entrepreneurship, while helping in your community, while being an entertainer. And he shows you that faith and success don't have to be two separate lanes. They can work together and help strengthen, each lane, right? And you can build something better. So we brought him on to share that with you, audience, because we want the best for you too. Brother LaRon, we want to jump right into it. Please share with our audience what it was that actually sparked the entrepreneurship vibe in you? What was it that made you say, yeah, this is what I'm supposed to be doing? Share that.
That's a great question, sister. What sparked it was something that probably was always in me from when I was a child, all the way up into probably junior high. I wanted things in life, you know what I mean, as a child,
Okay.
and I wasn't able to get it from my parents. So what I did was I used to sell candy at school.
Yes.
This is in the seventh and eighth grade. So I would
Mhm.
go to the grocery store and get the little things, take my little investment that they may have given me.
Mhm.
They take me to the store, and that's what really sparked it. But then what really heightened it was when I connected with my father, and he was the type that was like a vendor, and he did for self. He didn't like working for the white man, as we, as we. That's how we used to talk back then. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so watched him and then hearing the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And
Beautiful.
the teachings are very plain and simple. And one of the simple messages that he gave us and gives us is to do for self.
Hmm.
So that's always been in my mind, to do something for myself. Yes, ma'am.
Beautiful.
Wow, wow. And then in doing something for yourself, you said that you were encouraged first by lack. You
That's
know
right.
you needed to get something, and I
That's
can
right.
definitely understand that because in junior high was around the time I started doing the same thing, moving
See?
to do different things so I could make sure
Yes.
I could go down to Ben's department store on
Yes.
8th
Yes.
and Central
Right. Right.
and
Right.
get
Right.
what I
Right.
needed and for my
Mm-hmm.
gear back in the day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But
That's
my
right.
question to you, my dear brother, you were inspired to move into barbering. How was it that you moved into barbering, and what were the early stages of that process like?
Well, the early stages was growing up in Cincinnati, like yourself. Uh,
Mhm.
some of the main things of going to school for my generation was you needed to have a fresh haircut and a fresh pair of shoes.
Yes.
Okay, and
Some things
so
never change.
right, it doesn't change. So I would go. It was a guy that used to cut our hair, in the apartment or whatever in his house. I didn't go
Mhm,
to the barbershop, couldn't afford the barbershop
mhm,
haircut, so we would
mhm,
go to the bootleg. But he was very good. So I
mhm.
watched him, and I said, you know what? This at the age of 14. I said I can do this. I want to do this, and so I'm not very artistic. I don't have an artistic eye, so because a lot of great barbers are the ones that really can draw. Mine came from being repetition, the
Okay.
drilling in me. You know what I mean? So you see,
Mhm,
go right back to the nation. The things going over, the hours put in. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I become a great barber. You know what I mean? At 14, I was cutting my friends, and I wanted to be that source. Well, they
right.
come to me, I take care of you. You know what I mean? I was cutting my family members, and then it went on from there. And that was at 14. Then right after high school, I'm talking about a month later, I went to barber school. So I didn't even have a time to take a break from school. You know what I mean? And that was
Wow.
a good thing because the owner of the barber school said, "No, because you're not going to come back. We're going to start you next month." And
Huh,
from then it's been on, and this has been my bread and butter way of living
mhm.
up until right now. You know what I
Wow,
mean? I've always been a barber. Yes,
wow.
sir.
It's interesting that you've been in the chat on Facebook. We see you're joined by one of your colleagues in that great profession from Washington, D.C., our brother Eric Muhammad, the great barber there starting in Northeast Washington, known throughout the city and, of course, around the region. Brother Eric sends his love and greeting. He said, yes, you start out with lack, and he bears witness, of
Mhm.
course, that that's how you begin. So, Brother
That's right.
Eric on the move, good to see you here from Washington, D.C. Now, so let's move the story forward, if you don't mind, Tisha. Now, you're there, you're a young barber, you're in the profession. They put you out front. How did your first affiliation with a shop go? How did that turn out?
Okay, my first affiliation was in my hometown of Omaha, Nebraska. That's where I finished high school, 10th, 11th, 12th grade in
Hmm.
barber school.
Hmm.
Okay, and then I go and work for a brother that had a relationship with my grandfather. He was friends with my uncle, and I go to his shop to work. And I was young, but I was still punctual because I was in the nation by this time. So I knew about arriving on time and being there. So I was
Hmm.
there. I did take a break. It was around like Christmas time. I came to Cincinnati to visit my friends I hadn't seen in like 4 years. So I came
Yeah.
up here. But when I went back to Nebraska, the brother said, I don't need you anymore.
Oh.
And so that was like a bomb being dropped on me. And I said, okay, well, wow. So, but when I came to visit Cincinnati, when I took that break, I actually came to work with my childhood friend, Uncle. And that was my barber brother by the name of Mark Stubblefield. And he
Mm-hmm.
had a shop in north side, and that's like the north side of Cumminsville, or
Mm-hmm.
down there by the bottom of Hamilton Avenue in
Yeah.
Cincinnati. And so I started off there in Cincinnati with my
Mm-hmm.
brother Mark Stubblefield, and this was way back in like '93. And so the
Okay.
brother fired me. I came back the next 2 months to Cincinnati, and
Mm-hmm.
I've been here ever since. And that was like February of '94.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
How
And
long? Oh, go
mm,
ahead.
go ahead.
How long before? Okay, so you started, they fired you, you went back. How long before you were able to branch out and say, okay, now I'm ready to do this on my own?
Well, in my mind, I always said my father put in me, you got to get your own. So in my
Mhm.
mind, I always had to get my own. So I worked with Mark Stubblefield, and it was good for like 5.5 years. So I
Mm-hmm.
was young when I got my barbershop. I was like in my 25, 26 years old when I first got my first barbershop. So that's
Wow.
when I branched out, and that was in 1999. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
And
Awesome.
wow, so I have literally been, and you, by way of transparency, you're my barber when I'm in Cincinnati,
Yes, sir.
and I remember at least these 25 years or so being with
Yes, sir.
you all
That's,
that period of time. In fact, I had black hair then.
that's
Don't
right. Yes, sir.
anybody make a comment? Don't say nothing about it. Just a fact. But
Mhm.
I'm really grateful to be able to be a part of the growth of your business. We'll come back to that. But
Yes, sir.
Tisha mentioned something in the introduction I thought was very interesting. She said you're an MC, right?
Mhm.
She said you are an actual MC,
Yes,
recording
sir.
artist, producer, and
Yes,
I
sir.
saw in the comments that Brother Taiwan says that
Let me
you were
see.
his favorite nation MC in the
Oh,
90s. He still needs the
Alhamdulillah.
gold tape. But
Alhamdulillah.
what's he talking about right there? And that's Brother Taiwan from Fort Worth, Texas. All
That's my
right,
brother.
brother. Yes, sir.
That's my big brother.
Yes, sir.
Uh, Back in the days, in the '90s, I recorded music. And I
Wow.
made music, and I was inspired by these teachings, and I was inspired by other great MCs. You know what I'm saying? That used to drop the knowledge. And
Hmm.
so I said, let me put my hat in. And so, but I came from the perspective of being a soldier. So that's what
Yes,
I
sir.
called my music early on, soldier music. So if you was
Yes,
So,
a if you was a FOY and you heard my music, it was definitely going to inspire you and motivate you to keep going in
sir.
this work. You know what I mean?
No
My
doubt.
first the gold tape that he's talking about on the
Mhm.
cover, it was called the tape. This is a tape. This is not even
Mhm.
CDs. This was a tape. It was called "Those with Ears Let Them Hear." So I wanted everybody to hear this message. And on the
Mhm.
come on.
cover, guess what I was doing on the cover,
What?
brothers and sisters?
What's that?
I was selling the Final Call newspaper. That
Yes,
was
Yeah.
sir.
the cover.
Yes, sir. And
That was the cover.
I remember some bars from that. He used to say, no, no, no. I remember that. That it
Yes,
said,
sir.
open your eyes, recognize these bow ties, black boots, and clean cut brothers in tailored suits. That's
Yes, sir.
how it is. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Man, oh, we
Yes, sir.
bumped that in the cars of the
Mhm.
FOI all over the country as we
Mhm.
rolled around with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan on the mission of the resurrection of our
Mhm.
people. And
Mhm.
your voice, brother, has touched many more people than even you may know
Mhm.
for the resurrection of the people and the spirit to get out after our folks and let them know there's a better way to live. That may be one of the reasons why you're so blessed and so strong in this, because as we also talked about, you stood as an MC and your
Mhm.
lyrical content was often attacked
Yes,
by
sir.
people who didn't want you to say, you're right, Brother Taiwan, had his two 12-inch woofers bumping. That's true.
Mhm. Mhm.
But you were attacked, Brother Errol from Philadelphia. Good to see you.
Mm-hmm.
You were
Alhamdulillah.
attacked, Brother LaRon, for
Yes.
actually telling the truth. And the most popular radio personality on the largest radio station in the Midwest, WLW in Cincinnati, I think his name was Bill Cunningham. Was that him?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Came
Yes,
out
sir.
against you. What was that like? The battle for your right to speak your piece without encumbrance. What was that about?
Okay, it was about. I did another CD. It was called "Return of the King." It was after I had been away for a while. I felt like I had became more polished and a better
Mhm.
rapper, and so I
Mhm.
did a skit. I did a skit on this CD, and this skit was taken from George Clinton, "Chocolate City."
Mhm.
You know how he just was talking over the music and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and he
Yeah.
was, you know, he was name dropping and all that. So I did a lot of name dropping, but it was name dropping of real people in the city of
Mm,
Cincinnati. And
mm.
Uh-huh.
so what happened was Lincoln Ware, he played it as well.
On
Lincoln Ware
WCIN.
on WCIN on the Buzz and all that, he played it. And when
Mhm.
he played it, I'm talking about right after he played it, probably like a couple hours later, you know, some guys in suits came to see me at my barbershop.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
So when they came, they rolled up to see me. I was doing other things too. I used to sell DVDs and
Mhm.
CDs, you know, mixtapes and the
Mhm.
DVDs. You know how we used to do back in the
Yes, sir. Yes,
early
sir.
Mhm.
2000s. So when
I,
they
Yeah.
came, I actually thought that they was coming for that. Like, oh man, because I used to sell a lot of those. You know what I mean?
mhm.
And
Mhm.
so they didn't. They said we want this CD. They didn't even know who they was talking to because I was suited this day. I was going to a funeral. They didn't even know that I was the artist. You know what I mean? And I
Lord.
said, let me get that to you real quick just to get him out of here. You know what I mean? Like here. And
Mhm.
so they took it and it was in the news cycle for at least 3 days. You know what I'm saying? People were, I mean, you know, like 3 days, you know how it is a news cycle. And
Mhm.
they was
Mhm.
talking about it and everything. And I really felt like I wanted to master gas. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I wanted to
Mhm.
go all in, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? But I didn't really feel like I had the real backing. I wanted the brotherhood, especially my older brothers, to get behind me and say, brother, we got you. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? They could have used me like, we got
Mhm.
you. So go
Mhm.
ahead and, you know, just speak up for our people. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
it was a tense time. It's funny
Mhm.
because we're right back at that now. It's a tense
Yes,
time,
sir.
you know, with the brawl and the, you know, they did the neo Nazis or whatever that was on 75. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things that's going on now. You know what I mean? And so I just wanted to mash the gas. So, but I fell back a little bit. But my father, he came to town, and we was
Mhm.
ready. We was ready.
Yes, sir.
Nothing
Yes.
but the truth. That's what it wasn't.
Mhm.
Nothing but the truth.
What what was your name? What was your MC name?
I would call I was going by LaRon X, and
Mhm.
Okay.
then I would go by Young Rizzy. Then I go by Big Rizzy. Now I'm just Brother LaRon. Yep,
Mhm.
yep,
Mhm.
yep.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
and all those iterations, though, he definitely, and brother Taiwan, if you come back in the chat and just let us know, you're not joking just because this is your friend and saying that he's a dope MC or saying that he has bars. This brother put together the ability to actually use the medium of spoken word or rap
Mhm.
in the hip hop community to advance the cause of consciousness among our people. And that is one of the reasons why he was not particularly commercially successful, because the
Mhm.
people who use the commercial rap world want to own all of your product and control all of your message.
That's right.
Mhm.
That's
And
right.
to brother LaRon's credit, he was not going for that.
Do you think this is something you're going to pick back up?
You know what?
You'll dabble in it?
I still dabble with it a little bit. I still like to write because the writing is like exercise, you know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
I need to just set, if I set up my home studio again, I think I would dabble with it a lot more. I had
Mhm.
one and I shut it down because, you know, life be lifing, as they say.
Right.
Mhm.
And I had other things that I do a lot of things as y'all have
Right,
stated,
right.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Understood.
hmm
And Tisha, when she saw your list, I got to tell you, brother LaRon, because and my wife is not, and I'm going to say this, hon, she does not like barbershops as a role, as a
Okay.
rule. She doesn't, because barbershops are male spaces.
Yes. Too
Right,
much
right.
mail. Mhm.
Too much testosterone in there.
Like we don't belong in there. What do you want?
Yeah, I
You
got
just sit there in the corner like this.
okay. But when we come to Cincinnati, she made the comment that she felt better in your barbershop than other barbershops. And the unusual atmosphere there, and I have to tell you, it's an unusual atmosphere. Brother LaRon's barbershop is like a library. Like there are
It
books
really
on
is.
the shelves,
Mhm, mhm,
books for sale, books to borrow, books to read while you're in the barbershop. So you're not
mhm,
going to be in the shop just leaving out of there as ignorant as you were when you left, when you first came in. How did you get the idea to have like reading materials and education become a part of what you do? Because on Saturday afternoon in the autumn, when everybody else in the whole state is watching an Ohio State football game, you've got videos of conscious content playing right alongside the TV, and people are watching that video too. How do you do that?
Nice. It was really nice.
Hmm. Well, it depends on the audience. I like
Mm-hmm,
to cater to my audience. So if
mm-hmm,
I have a lot of brothers in the house, and I put on sports for them. But if
mm-hmm.
we're gonna talk about a little politics, then I might put on something a little political. You know what I mean? And if a brother want to know something, then I'm gonna show him. I'm gonna share with him something that he want to know about. You know what I mean? So me being big into hospitality,
Yes.
this is you, my big brother, and you're my big sister, and this is your wife. Of course, I want to be hospitable.
Yes, sir.
I love how the South, the Southern hospitality, and I
Mm-hmm.
feel like Cincinnati has lost that, even though the river separates us from the South. Yes, I feel like a lot of Cincinnati has lost that. And
Wow.
so I want to do my part to try to bring that back and always be welcoming to my believers. But the reading part, it's funny. I don't know if you've seen a sister came to see me from the Hamilton County Library here in Cincinnati. That's the
Mm-hmm,
Cincinnati Hamilton County Library, and
mm-hmm,
she they started a program called Black Books for Boys,
mm-hmm,
and they want to encourage boys to read. So they gave me a little bookshelf with little books on it. They gave me a barber cape with
mm-hmm.
books for boys, and I did a promotion. I did some haircuts and stuff for their
Yes.
back to school thing and all that. And so the reading is very powerful. You know what I mean? This is how Allah teaches men.
Yes, sir.
This is in the Quran. You know what I'm saying? And so I couldn't read well when I was in school.
Hmm. Hmm.
I couldn't read until actually I read Message of the Black Man, because
Wow.
the words in there was like very simple, easy to not easy. Some words I might have to look up, but it was very simple and
Mm-hmm,
plain. And I'm
mm-hmm.
so thankful for the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad for making it like that, because he inspired me and made me fall in love with reading. And if
Yes.
I can't read a book, now
Mhm.
with the technology, they have audio books.
Right.
So sometimes I listen to audiobooks, but I
Mhm.
always get the hard copy. But the
Mhm.
books that I really enjoy to reading right now is the books by our authors in the Nation of Islam. So if
Mhm.
it's brother, I mean, we got some brilliant writers.
That's right.
Yes.
Brother Dr. Wesley, Brother
Mhm.
Dimitri,
Yes.
Brother Nori, and I also sell all those books as well. I had
Of
to,
course.
I'm so motivated by them. I said, brother, I got to get some of these books. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
To share
Mhm.
with the people. And so, it was a point in time where you even brothers in the nation, you're like, oh, I don't know about that.
Well,
but
I,
but
I, I was always impressed, Brother LaRon. I have to be honest with you, coming and traveling back and forth across the country, north, south, east, west, all the time. I tried to get to Cincinnati as often as I could because that's my hometown. My
yes, sir.
family are there. My cousins are there. Shout
Yes.
out Beetle, everybody, the whole family,
Mhm.
right? But
Right.
when I'm in the city, I want to make sure that I come through because that energy of sharing the word of hope and possibility and progress with the people, that's
Mhm.
a real pickup for everyone who comes there. And I bear witness to it. Did you feel that way when you were there, Tisha? What
I
did you feel?
did. When I went in the shop, I was looking around because, like you said, I don't really like barbershops. I feel
Mhm.
like out of place as a woman. I don't want to get up and walk around because it's just men everywhere. So I
Mhm.
was sitting there, but it was real comfortable. The atmosphere was comfortable. It was
Right.
respectful. I didn't feel like, I had to worry about a lot of bad language being spoken, lewd jokes, things like that. There were
Mhm.
children there too, and they were comfortable. They were all well behaved. I even
Mhm.
looked at your the snacks that you had. It was like healthy stuff, like little cheese sticks and fancy fruit drink. I was like, what is going on?
Mhm.
It really was, you just made it yours, right? You made it a place of peace, and it was just great. I loved it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Barbershop.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
It was
Yeah.
nice.
Praise the Lord.
I think when you visited me, you visited probably before COVID. So
Well,
a
before
lot
that,
has changed. Now we have
before that.
we have a new dynamic. We have younger barbers. So now it's old and the young,
Yeah.
and it's like really it's almost could be a clash at times.
Yeah.
but we're making it work, and I'm big on accepting the young and listening to the young, because like Brother Nori said, a youthless movement is a useless movement.
Mm-hmm.
So I listen to the youth, you know what I'm saying? But but it has to go both ways.
Right,
Respect has
right.
to go both ways. And they really need to learn how to respect their elders. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Do you have a particular is there a particular legacy that you're hoping that you leave for the younger ones coming behind you with
Great
this
question.
whole entrepreneur and barbershop thing? Is there something you hope that
Yes.
Brother LaRon taught me this? What is that?
Yeah. Well, my thing was always to teach the young men to do something for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Legitimately though.
Come on.
I used to be, not only that, I used to, at one point, I used to make the incense in the city, in this whole city of Cincinnati. And I was like one of the biggest distributors. And so I had a squad of young brothers from my neighborhood that would go out and they would sell the incense, and that would allow them to get the things like I wasn't able to get the new shoes, the new clothes, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? And they was doing really good. But then they lost the message, because probably the next summer they done jumped into the other game.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So they missed the let. But now I think that once they reflect back on it now, because that was probably about 25 years ago, you know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
they will understand, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, we can open up our own businesses. So you see a lot of entrepreneurship in this city. You see a lot of people opening up restaurants, lot more barbershops on a higher scale. They got the suites and stuff like that. They have heightened the barber trade. They do more, which push me to do more and
Right.
offer more. You know what I'm saying? So it's a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? We as the nation here, I think that we need to step our game up, because a lot of our people are running with the message. You know what I'm saying? And they're opening up businesses and stuff like that. Yes.
It's an
Yes.
interesting thing. I heard that in the barbering trade, I don't know if there's any truth to this rumor, but they tell me that if a barber buys clippers that are finished instead of chrome, and they finish them in gold color, and the barber puts on some black rubber gloves, they can charge $100 for a haircut. That's what I hear.
See,
Now,
You know what?
I don't know if, that's what I'm hearing. I don't know.
That's the new wave stuff. Yes, sir.
Ways, but I tell you, in Cincinnati, you do notice an uptick in that market, because I have some familiarity with it, of course. But you
Right.
see the increase in the restaurants, the coffee shops,
That's right.
the
That's
clothing lines with brick
That's
and
right.
mortar outlets,
That's
especially
right.
in areas of the city which have been either left to die or have been gentrified out of control. The areas around Washington Park, you wouldn't believe how
That's
that
right.
area is down
That's
15th
right.
Street, Elm Street. I'm like, what? Where's Washburn Elementary? What's going on? And so
That's
all of these things that we notice changes in the city, the resiliency of the Black community there is to be commended. And certainly we see that happening around the rest of the country.
That's right.
We are reaching the bottom of the hour.
We are.
Which means that we are about to take a commercial break, a slight commercial break. When we come back, not only will we hear from Brother LaRon, I'm sure that those of you in the chat room with questions will pose your questions now. So we see Brother Errol. He's going to tell you, no doubt, and that's what's up. He's going to say those.
Oh, he's going to say that's what's up.
He's going to say those. But he's here with us from Philadelphia. Sister Monique, the rap star from Philadelphia, the top of the clock, number 12. Everybody's representing folks coming in from Texas to Philadelphia to Boston and Cincinnati and all down. Brother Aaron from number 5 is here. Brother Donald from Mosque number 6. We see all the folks filling in. There'll be time, and Brother LaRon will try to get to your questions. But first, you've got to pay attention to this announcement, and we'll be right back.
We'll be right back, family. Assalamu alaikum, family.
Assalamu alaikum.
What are we saying? What are we doing? Woo! Assalamu alaikum, family. Assalamu alaikum, family.
Assalamu alaikum.
We want to thank you for taking the time to tune into Nothing But the Truth with Brother Jamil
And Sister Tisha. We thank you for every Thursday night joining us for appointment viewing. 8 p.m. Not 8 a.m.
Yeah, I'm going to come in on the PM.
Yeah, 8 p.m. Thursday nights by YouTube, by Facebook, by Instagram, by all the other means by which we can be seen. But we thank you because without you, as a matter of fact, here the Manhattans, there's no me without
Why does
you.
he always do that? Assalamu alaikum.
There's no me.
You didn't say assalamu alaikum. You didn't say assalamu alaikum.
Oh, assalamu alaikum.
Okay, everybody, so we're still out moving something, and Hamid is not pleased because I'm running him to all these stores. We already been to IKEA, and he didn't love it. I don't know why. And now we're at the grocery store because he's out of yogurt, and I'm out of coffee cream, and, you know, this just can't happen. Hey, Hamid.
Yeah.
Are you having a good time?
Oh, yeah. I'm having a call. Yeah.
All right, and then after this, we'll go to Home Depot because Home Depot, they have some fresh flowers out, and I need another case thing for my, you know, don't worry about it. I'll show you. And Hobby Lobby, but that's the last one, I promise. Not a problem, right?
No, it's not a problem.
All right, move something. All right.
2 hours later.
Okay, assalamu alaikum, everybody. So, we've been out all day running.
Yeah, all day.
It was good though. It was fun. It's fun. Running errands, and now we're back. So we're working our way back home, pulling our groceries. And I just wanted you guys to see Hamid's face because he had so much fun at the grocery store and at IKEA, my favorite store. He didn't get to go to Home Depot, but that's okay. I'll go tomorrow by myself with his card. Okay. All right. You don't want to go to Home Depot, right? You'll just give me your card. Is that fine? Hello?
Yeah.
Hamid? Hello?
That's fine.
All right. Assalamualaikum, move
Game's on
something.
tomorrow. Baseball.
I don't do that. I'm going to buy plants.
It's for
Assalamualaikum.
And we're back.
So sometimes it does take all day.
It does. But you love it. It's fun.
And one thing that we did not know was going to be a reference to tonight's guest. You saw me in the segment there while we were out shopping. You
There
saw
you
it.
go.
I know you noticed it, Brother LaRon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The shirt I was wearing, which has hashtag We Are Farrakhan,
Yes.
is the design and production of who? Brother LaRon.
Alhamdulillah. Yes,
Yes.
right.
We didn't even think about that as we did
That's
that.
right. That's right.
I was thinking about trying to get home and watch the game and not be in so many stores. But, you know, I'm trying to be diplomatic. Back to the program. Tisha, you had some questions for our brother.
So I did. So at before we left for the bottom of the hour, we were talking about a little bit about your community involvement and how you were helping the youth and the new program that they had set up with the books and what have you in the barbershop. That's so interesting to me. I love it because with this show, we like to pour into the youth, right? And let them know that they can do whatever they want to do
That's
of
right.
righteousness, right? And
That's
we
right.
like to give them good examples of that. And so
That's
I'm
right.
so very pleased to have you on the show because
That's right.
you embody that.
That's
What would you say drives your passion for your community involvement?
Just my love for Black people. You know, I love Black people. Ever since I was young, before I even came into the knowledge, it was something in me that made me be proud to be Black. You know, and so then now when I get into the teachings now, whoa, like, okay, you know what I'm saying? And then I get the understanding, you know, our people, like, you know, the ones that are ignorant, I still love them.
Right.
I love them more than they hate us. We have to love them.
Ooh,
We have to look past, you know, their flaws
Mhm.
and love them. You know what I'm saying? And who's the best example of that? Minister Farrakhan.
Yes,
He
sir.
loves us. He loves his people. And I want to be a reflection of him. And
Beautiful.
so that's what really drives me. And then I understand that, like what you just said, I understand the children are the future.
Mhm.
I really am big on properly educating the children.
Right.
We got to push our schools. We got to the sister from Lexington. She has a school, an online school. I think it needs to
Mhm.
be put. I just want to mention that because I love that concept.
Yes, sir.
A lot of us already are. Some of us homeschooled, and then when COVID was in, we was already had to do it online anyway. So I think that we should really get behind that sister and her program. Have y'all seen her curriculum?
Um,
Mm-mm.
to
Which
You
my
can
one?
get a
just
sister.
basically, the
Okay.
sister in Lexington, Kentucky, and somebody put her name in the chat. I'm trying to
hmm
recall the
If you
name.
know.
I think it's Sister Sandy.
And when you look at it, the curriculum is so highly developed that
Come on.
it will qualify younger students at higher levels than anything the public system is doing. There is an online curriculum called K-12, which they
Okay.
Oh,
use
I've
for
heard of it.
homeschooling, right?
Right.
But this is advanced far beyond K-12
Wow.
and also includes the elements of knowledge of self,
hmm
Islamic knowledge, the
That's right.
Arabic language,
That's right.
astronomy.
That's
It
right.
takes the sciences to a higher level. And all this is being done by children before they turn into what they call tweens,
Come on now.
before they
Come on.
turn into adolescence. And so this is a powerful example of what can be done under the inspiration of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Now,
That's right.
we don't preach on nothing but the truth. That's one thing we don't do is, get up here and preach. So I'm not going to preach tonight, but I will say that my brother is an example of what would be preached about if we were preaching.
Come
Mm,
on.
Brother LaRon does, and brother, we laugh amongst ourselves because we try to garden, you know.
And
And
hmm
we do.
every now and then we get a cucumber, we get some tomatoes every now and then, we lose some peppers. What else do we have this year, honey? Okra, and we got
Okra.
we got some watermelons until the squirrels started stealing.
Something is
That's
killing.
right.
They just steal
It's the
watermelon. Then
squirrels.
they eat the watermelon and leave the rinds on the darn grass. They terrible. They real
That's right.
angry about that. But how do
Mhm.
you keep such a lush, green, productive garden in Ohio? Like, and it grows everything. And if there are pictures of it, we'll show them later on the web when you come back to do the review. You'll see, wow, this man grows everything. How do you do that?
That's cool.
Well, I experienced some of the same things that you all have experienced with the critters and things. You know what I mean? And the thing about the garden is you have to constantly be on guard, and you have to constantly be out there. You know what I'm saying? And you
Mhm,
got to protect your garden. This is funny because
mhm,
this is what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us about. The woman in the garden. You
mhm.
have to protect your
Come on.
garden. You have to tend to your garden. You have to
Mhm.
love your garden. You have
Yeah,
to feed your garden. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And so it's a beautiful thing, but you need help. You need help. So
yeah.
if it's a couple, everybody just do your part. Cause if you would take a few days off, the
Mm,
weeds will grow out
yeah,
of hand, and
they-
like they
mhm.
say, sometimes the harvest be right, but the labors be few, so you got to waste a lot. And that's one of the things that really hurt me is wasting crops. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying?
You
Yeah.
know what? So, if you would touch on just a little bit why you garden, because I mean, you're an entrepreneur. You own a barbershop. Been barbering forever. You're helping in the community.
His
You
real
you
estate
rap.
portfolio.
You have
His real estate portfolio. He's got that.
you have real estate.
Mhm.
Why gardening? Because some people may not understand why some of us are just into I want to start a garden. It's just, how did that fit in for you? Especially like he said, you're in Cincinnati. What is the reasoning why you want to garden? There's a reason.
Let me just say this. I grew a watermelon by accident when I was a child,
Okay.
when I was a teenager. Probably just outside spitting the seeds out.
Mhm.
And I see a plant growing, and I didn't know what the plant was. But then after a while, it got longer, and then you start to see the little watermelon on it. And you say,
Mhm.
wow. So then I start tending to it. And that's what sparked me. I got a picture. I got to pull that picture out. What I grew.
Mhm.
It probably was about that big. But that's what sparked me. And then being in the Nation of Islam, and
Come on.
we've been taught to we need the farmland
Yeah.
and how to eat to live. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
if I can get a farm, right now, then I got to start a garden. You know what I'm
See?
saying? You know, so I try to do the practical things. If we can't get a school right now in some of these cities, then get a daycare. You know what I'm saying? You got to
Right.
start somewhere. So the
Mhm.
gardening thing is a labor of love, though. You know, I really love it because you know a lot of our people, you know, they claim that they eating right and all that, but I like, nah, I take it to another level. I'm eating what I grow. I
Yeah.
grow what I eat. You know what I'm saying? And I be inspired by it's a couple what are they called? Um Homestead Heart. They
Oh
really
yes,
inspired me.
Oh,
I
yeah.
They
subscribe to
really
them too.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I watch
If you
them every
really
day.
if you know that they
Yes,
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, they
Yeah. Yeah.
family too. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir. Yes,
And
sir.
and they really inspire me. And then it just saying whenever I ride through this neighbor, I walk through my neighborhood on the north side, and this
hmm
is a gentrified neighborhood.
yes,
Mhm.
And I'm walking through the neighborhood and I see all the little gardens that they have. And I
yes,
be like, okay, you know what I'm saying? And so they
Mhm.
yeah.
got their little chicken coops, and they have the rain barrels and all that. And
Mhm.
and I'm like, oh, I gotta do all that. I want to do all that, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And
Yes,
Beautiful.
sir.
so, inshallah, one day I will have me a homestead at some point, you know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir. We're looking forward to it, dear brother. And I tell you, we are a shout out tonight to our sister Sabrina from Richmond, Virginia, who said,
Yes,
"You doggone squirrels" at miles
right.
number 24 in Richmond. And then we also want to shout out our sister way out in San Francisco, California, the great sister LaRon Muhammad, who says
Mhm.
that gardening is what? Warfare. It is
Mm.
warfare. You got to get out there and make sure you tend your crops and
Mhm.
watch out for your livestock and watch out for your chickens because the neighbors got dogs that feel like they want to eat chicken and it's all crazy. But you
Look at me with the bald head. I be out there like I'm Elmer Fudd for real. You know
Yes,
what I'm saying? Because
hilarious.
I got squirrels, rabbits, and raccoons, all that. Yes,
uh,
it is warfare.
you out
I'm
there with the wascally wabbits.
I'm so I'm so glad you explained it how you did because you touched on what I was hoping that you would say when I asked why you garden, and I just wanted to put it in our mind because some of us didn't grow up like say
Mhm.
I grew up in the Bronx. There was no gardening around,
Mhm.
but there can be. You
Yeah.
can do it wherever you start where you are and you
That's
start
right.
where you're at, and it's important that we remember that it's not something you could just say, I'm going to throw some seeds in the thing and expect to eat in 2 months or what have
That's
you.
right.
You
No,
need to be practicing now because our food
okay.
chain is getting we
That's
see
right.
it. Things are getting scarce, right?
That's right.
And
That's
Mhm.
so
right.
we are taught, like you
Yeah.
said, to do for self. And this is just another part of that balance that you're showing us.
That's
You're
right.
doing for self with growing food for your
That's right.
family.
That's right.
Mhm.
Mm.
But you're doing it now. The blessing is in the morning. You're practicing now. What me
Exactly.
and mom learned this year here when we moved to Arkansas, we had to start over with our garden. But we learned that one plant of each vegetable is not enough, even for just us two.
Uh-huh.
But what if
Uh-huh.
we didn't practice that now?
Right.
Mhm.
What if
Right.
a year from now, 2 years from now, when it's hard to get to the grocery store, I'm looking at that one okra plant giving me 2 or 3 little okra pods, or that one tomato plant giving me one tomato, and I'm looking at her, I'm like, you're not
Mhm.
hungry, right? Let me go ahead and just have this.
Right,
You,
Right.
right.
we have to start where we're at, family,
That's
right?
right.
Mhm.
So
That's
I'm
right.
I'm glad you said that. All right.
Yes.
Mhm.
Indeed. And
The
brother,
homestead harvest part will come, but start where you are
That's right.
mhm.
Start where you are. That's right.
That's right.
now.
And
That's
brother
right.
LaRon, I wanted to talk a little bit about the influence that you, of course, Sister Javon, you're right, and save them seeds. That's
That's
what you
right.
do. Make sure
Beautiful.
you don't have to go to Monsanto to get their seeds. Did I
That's
say the
right.
correct
No.
name?
You
Oh,
said
oh
it.
well. But I'll tell you that what you're doing in the community, and Tisha, even when you're not in Cincinnati with me, and I go on Chase Avenue to the barber shop and sit in the chair and watch the community come in, there is a high degree of respect for Brother LaRon in
Yes.
that community. And I
Mhm.
know you noticed it when you were there. I guess our question to you, dear brother, is how do you maintain and continue to support that level of respect that the young people do have for you in that community? And we see it.
Well, I think it's a shared respect because one of my barbers, I originally started off with him in Cincinnati in his shop. I broke off and got my own, and then I moved from one location to another location. And then he had a serious incident where he had to basically close his shop up. And then
Okay.
guess what? He came back over there
Great,
with me. You know what I'm
great.
saying? So he worked with me. And
Mhm.
so now you have two shops, you have two elders that came up under my umbrella now, but we both we always have had the love and respect of the children, and so we try to be that example of they see us, they see that we try to be sharp men.
Yes.
Because if you're a barber, I think that you should be well groomed. All you know what I'm saying as well, and be able to give grooming tips. You know, not just on the hair grooming, but all around. You know what I'm saying? You know what shoes to wear, how to wear your shoes, and when to wear your shoes. You know, you don't wear loafers with a suit and a bow tie. I'm sorry, you can't do that. You know what I mean? You can wear loafers, but not when you formally dressed up like that. You know,
Yes,
you
sir.
can't. You
Yes.
know, so these are the things that me and my barber, he's like a big brother to me as well because he got like 12 years over me, and we just come together and we just try to be example. Now you know, you have the brother, I'm the brother, then you have the other. So you do have two sides of me. I am not just all the positive, but I try to be positive. So I try to be relatable though, you know what I mean? So I can talk real with you as well. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
And
Yes,
so
sir.
yeah, and yeah, that's part of me. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Javon said y'all be old man,
He said,
but I
"Y'all,
have to tell you, and maybe that's a San Francisco word, I don't know, but I'll tell you, brother LaRon, brother Mark has been like a brother to me over these years as well, and it's so good to see you all working together, the dynamic, because you may be seasoned in experience.
You went mute. You hit the mute.
I was gesturing. I was into my thing, you know. But you're seasoned in experience, but you're very youthful in outlook.
That's right.
And
That's
I
right.
often call. I love Brother Mark because he's so
Yeah.
sharp. Every time you see him, he's designer from head to toe. He got one favorite designer that he likes, and that designer has red and green stripes,
Oh Lord.
all this stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got a name for him. I might share it
Right.
with you before the end of the show.
Right.
But he's a great man. He's a great man.
Let me just share this with you. And guess who else started off with us as well?
Who's that?
Brother Clifford Muhammad.
Yes, sir. From
He
further up Hamilton Avenue.
No, but he started with us.
Mm-hmm.
He worked with us first.
Yes.
And then he broke off.
Yep.
So this tree is like really big. You know what I'm saying? There's other shops around here, other brothers that I can mention, but these are people that I know you know. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
And, Brother Clifford's doing a bang up business up there on Hamilton Avenue himself.
That's right.
Quick question, and Tisha, we were talking about this too. I know you might have wanted to ask about it. Who are some of the most interesting cuts you've ever given? Like, tell me the people you've cut that you were like, okay, this is a good cut. I'm glad I'm cutting this person's hair.
Most of the people that I cut that I really was like I cut your hair. I'm your barber. So, you know, and you're very particular, and I like it, and I enjoy it. And I've cut Brother Nori hair before. This one he was wearing a close fade. I like cutting his hair. And then I cut Brother Mustafa hair before.
The
With
Supreme
Mr. Fark. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Supreme Captain. Brother Mustafa, way back in 1997 in the hotel room. And when I was cutting his hair, Minister Farrakhan walked in on us.
No.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And the minister said, you know, before we leave, I might let you give me a little trim. He did like this. And I was so blown away, you know what I'm saying? I was lost for words. I wanted to shake his hand, but I didn't shake his hand because I was cutting hair, and I didn't want my hands were dirty and all that. And I just was like, that was my interaction with Minister Farrakhan. Minister Farrakhan also, I told him that I was thinking about moving to Chicago at that particular time. And the minister said, you should do that, brother. And I'm going to build a barbershop around you. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of like life was life, and I didn't make the move, but I should have made the move. Yes.
Wow. Okay.
But
wow.
Yes, sir.
That is interesting. Yeah, and when we asked about the most interesting haircuts, I don't know if you heard it in the background. What's the most interesting haircuts you've ever given? And Tisha said, mine.
Mine.
I did. I cut Sister Tisha hair as well.
Right.
I sure did. Yes.
That's right.
All up in the barbershop.
Guess what I always say though. You know, I always have great models. So you two are great models. It's you are the great models. That's what I always say. Yes.
Praise be to Allah. There was a comment from Brother Amin that was up on the screen. I want to see if we can get that back up and take a look at what that He said, growing our own. And you're right, brother. Put in which in which city you're in, brother, because he's right. Growing our own is the only way.
That's
We're going
right.
to have to answer to and respond to the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad that
That's
we
right.
must do for self. And I think that's the thing that makes you so compelling, brother LaRon. You are a brother who does for self.
That's right.
The real estate holdings. I remember once, Tisha, I was coming to Cincinnati, and brother LaRon would always be the brother on detail with me because we're friends, we're brothers. It's not a big show, a big commotion. Right. And hey, Diallo Cork is on there, the son of Everett Cork, my man. Good to see you, brother Diallo. Yes, and brother, that's brother from Washington. Key point. That's carrot cake.
Oh yes.
But I tell you,
mean carrot cake.
When we would go to Cincinnati, brother LaRon has cars, right?
Yes.
Different cars. He could move around, do different stuff. And he would pick me up in a beautiful, it was a well-preserved, but it was a humble, quiet Buick LeSabre. And the car was like maybe 15, 20 years old. It was clean, it ran good, but it didn't draw any attention. I loved it because it wasn't flashy, it wasn't ostentatious. We were going where we had to go, and nobody noticed us at all. And we moved around the city easily and without any kind of encumbrance. That's the kind of wisdom and the kind of military forethought. And so I want to shout out to you, all the laborers in Cincinnati, brother student minister Darrell, brother student captain Larry, all of the laborers there at number 5 for the hard work they're doing. And brother LaRon, you are essential to that work and central to it. And so we really appreciate what all you do there in the city.
Alhamdulillah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We are quickly approaching the top of the hour, and it goes so fast. If you would, brother LaRon, in closing, if you would speak to our youth, not so much the little ones, but the ones 18, early 20s, early 30s, trying to find their way, trying to find their footing. If you could offer a word of inspiration, encouragement, advice on where to start. In today's society, a lot of our youth are kind of trying to get their footing. They don't have, it doesn't seem like they have the backing that we had maybe back then, somebody to show us the way. A lot of the youth are just thrown out there, figure it out on your own. And that gets to be heavy sometimes. Is there any sort of inspiring words you can give to our youth?
Yes, I think that I think it may be the opposite of kind of what you said because of social media.
Okay.
This is a tool. Now they have an even more powerful tool that's out there now that I think the youth, I would say, and that's the AI. Learn the AI and use it as a tool to whatever. You can go to ChatGPT and ask it about a business plan of starting. Like I did something about a year ago. I said I might want to start selling homemade butter spread, real butter with different flavors and stuff like that. And I put it in ChatGPT and it gave it all the whole rundown. You see what I'm saying? And so my thing is, I always wanted my home to be like a workshop.
Okay.
So whatever idea that you have, work that idea, work it and push it. Don't get caught up into these multi-level marketing stuff. Because the energy that you give to those things, if you gave it to your own idea, you would be way more successful.
Yes.
And then there's other ways to get capital out here.
Come on.
Not only do I do all those things, I'm a barber. I own a few houses and things like that. Guess what else I do?
What do you do?
I drive Lyft and Uber.
Come on.
Go ahead.
So this is another revenue stream that they make. You know what I mean? So, but we got to take advantage of.
Yes, sir.
And so you can dabble in these things, and then you can maybe take it to another level. So now that if I drive Lyft or Uber, now I'm thinking like, brother LaRon, maybe I need to do something with transportation. You understand what I'm saying?
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? And then we have to learn to collaborate and work together, pool our resources and work together. This is the problem that we're having. This is the problem. We got to work together.
This
Exciting.
is amazing. I got to tell you, and you see on the screen Dandelion Moon, also from Cincinnati, our great sister, a healer, an herbologist, and an apothecary right there in Mount Healthy, Ohio. You're
Oh,
gonna
okay. I'm familiar. I heard of her.
you know
Yes.
Dandelion Moon, yes, sir. She's there and she's with us tonight. Sister Landra Nura Muhammad, she's somewhere in the air flying for American Airlines as a flight attendant. Be careful out there, Sister Landra. Brother Milton from Plainfield, New Jersey, my longtime brother and friend and college schoolmate.
Okay.
Brother Mark Muhammad is with us from Springfield, Ohio. Brother Vaughn and Brother Earl. Brother Mike Red Eagle is here. And Mike, if he likes what I'm wearing, he's going to say that Teacher picked it out. He always says that. Okay, but Brother Mike, it's good to see you, big brother. Hey, Ashley's with us tonight, honey. Ashley's here, our daughter from Dallas, Texas, and so many others.
Woody's here too.
Oh, Woody's here. Good to see you. Excuse me, Kenneth. We have to say.
Kenneth's here. Sorry, and Brother Charles from Dallas.
LC's on deck at the barbershop.
Always.
Good to see it, brother. So all of us from Dallas, from San Francisco, from Cincinnati, from down in Atlanta, and Brother Vaughn from Rockwell Radio says he's got to make his way to Cincinnati. And I love the way you spelled Cincinnati, Brother Vaughn. It's beautiful. You got it just exactly right. Our guest tonight has been Brother LaRon Muhammad. He is a one-of-a-kind person, but he shouldn't be for very long because we can emulate him. We can do what he does too, and we can continue to climb up that ladder and make progress for ourselves. Brother LaRon, thank you. Any last words of wisdom? We have about 30 or 35 seconds. Go right ahead, brother.
Also, brother, you know I sell my books, and I have this in stock, believers. And that's my number. You can reach out to me. So if you can't get it from Brother Abdul Rasul up in Chicago, hit me up, Brother LaRon.
There it is. 513-205-3753.
That's right.
Beautiful.
And of course, brothers, I got the bow ties for you, brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I know you keep that emerald green silk for yourself, but that's okay. That's okay. It's okay, my brother. Thank you so much for being with us, our dear brother. We love you too, Brother Diallo. But this is our dear brother, Brother LaRon. Sister Tisha, close us out with your wisdom and beauty tonight, and then we'll give the greetings and be gone. But we're going to stay right here, Brother LaRon. Don't you go anywhere after the credits. We got some thanking to do. Sister Tisha, go right ahead.
Thanking to do. Okay, everybody, I want to thank you again for joining us for another exciting episode of Nothing But the Truth with Brother Jamil and Sister Tisha. We are so honored that you took the time to join us. We want to invite you back. Same time next week, same channel. Don't forget to go over to our YouTube page. We fixed it where all you have to do is type in at Jamil and Tisha. It'll take you right to the Nothing But the Truth with Brother Jamil and Sister Tisha page. And then go over to our Facebook page, like, share, and subscribe. On Facebook, you can find us at Jamil Muhammad or go over to my page, Tisha Muhammad. All right.
Thanks, everybody. May Allah bless you one and all. Thank you again, Brother LaRon. Thank you, Tisha, as always. Let's get us a cup of tea before we retire for the evening. We love y'all. May Allah bless you. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum, family.